104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show
with Steve Merchant.
We got some great bands coming up. We got Ash, R.E.M., we got Strokes, we got Weezer, the usual stuff.
So listen, can I mention to you about the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse?
Go on.
It's the one that you literally can see from this
Well,
building.
don't mention it.
What do you mean? There's loads of them.
No, but if they think you go there, then you know people will go there, and we could charge them big advertising for that. We're losing revenue hand over fist.
No, I don't know if anyone's ever been in an Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse. For those that haven't really spotted them, they're those places that have always got the kind of red velvet seating, and it's just sometimes I think they're just called like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
So we went in there and we ordered the food, and I gotta say this: the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse, I'm embarrassed for the people that work there. They
can't say this.
No, it's not libelous. This is my opinion. It's like a restaurant review. It is. I'm like Michael Winner.
Oh, I'm going to do that from now on as well. Write that one down. Restaurant review. Yeah, I can do that. I've got my film review coming up. Don't forget that.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
But so we went in there and we ordered. I think my starter was prawns, right, in breadcrumbs.
Oh, that's the.
And I ordered them, and
that's the poshest thing you can do.
It was about £4.
£4
for prawns, right? I swear to God, Rick, there were 3 prawns on a plate.
You're joking.
I'm not joking. 3 prawns on a plate and a bit of grotty lettuce.
Oh my God.
It was shameful. And they brought us, we ordered sort of steak or something. It's the worst place. Everything you've got to pay for. Napkins, salt and pepper, everything. It's ludicrous.
Seat hire.
It literally was awful, right? And there was about 10 of us. It cost about £200.
You're joking.
I don't know what the meat was.
Can I just say that is only £20 each?
I don't think it was meat. I don't think it was. I think they'd literally crawled into the McDonald's next door. They were just stealing the meat waste from there.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
That is libelous, but it's obviously ironic. He's
I wasn't saying. I'm saying that this is my hypothesis, Rick. It was an absolute travesty. I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know who goes back there. I thought restaurants were building a reputation on people who return and eat again. And as you say, it's probably American tourists.
I like the way they look like a bingo hall, because you're walking past, it's huge, with a big opening. You can see exactly who's eating there from the beginning to right from the...
And it's always like a couple of parents and some kids who are obviously not enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they're fat
especially
kids.
If they're about 14.
I know, yeah.
And after the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse, we were very annoyed. And as is obviously the tradition on a stag night, it was, well, we'd have to go to a strip club.
Right.
Now, I'm not a fan of that sort of thing. I have to say, unlikely as that may seem. And I've never been to one before. And we tried to get in Stringfellows, but it's like £20 to get in. And it's like, yeah, we'd like to see naked ladies, not that much. So we went up to, I think it's called, is it Raymond's Review Bar? Do you know the one I mean? It's sort of, I think it's Berwick Street or something.
Right.
And we go in there, and there's like 10 of us, and we're all dressed up in that. We all sort of come on in, and we go, how much is it for the show? And he goes, it's a tenner each for an hour-long show. Various ladies stripping. But it has already started. And I went, I'm not sure I'm going to come in now. I'm sure I won't be able to pick up the plot. And he just looked at me like, yeah, you obviously want to see the naked ladies, just come in, pay your money, keep your mouth shut. There was no place for humour in there. So we go in, and it's not as seedy as you might think. It's actually, it's quite nice in there. It's quite tasteful. It hasn't changed since about 1965, but it's okay. It's all rather like the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse. It's not dissimilar to one of those inside. So the show's already begun, and these girls come on, and there's, on the outside it says all nude girls, and there was a bloke, I swear, at the back. As the girl came on, he went, "Get them off." I think that's guaranteed, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what was great about it was there was a kind of a voice that announced each particular girl as she came on, and it was so awful and camp and just ludicrous. I actually dozed off at one point. It's so boring because there's not many surprises. If you've seen one girl naked, they're all pretty much the same. There's no erotic tattoos or anything or a slideshow hidden down there. There's nothing. So no puppetry. You know what I mean? It's just the same old thing. So there's this voice that comes on before each girl, and it introduces her name, and they've all got amazing names. There was Scorpio Rising, Vanity Fair, Passionara Fighter. And Passionara Fighter was a girl who kind of came on straddled. They all had props, and she was straddling like a kind of anti-aircraft gun. Which is possibly the least erotic thing you can have. And as she was taking her clothes off, she sort of flung her bra.
Steve, that sounds a bit phallic to me.
Well, I imagine it was phallic.
I've studied Freud.
And she threw her bra off, right, and it fell behind her, and it's a very small stage, and there's curtains at the back. And this is very hard to be erotic, when as you see a girl's brassiere fall behind, you just see a pole with a hook on it appear from the curtains and drag it back in. And you can just see through the crack of the curtains some guys that look like when Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise, you know, when they were trying to put that shoe back on Shirley Bassey in their classic show where they're wearing those brown coats. It was like that, 2 blokes in there. But I've never been in one before, and I should never go in again. I've done it now. I've done the Aberdeen Steakhouse, the paintballing, and the strip club. That's it. 3 things I had to do in life before I died.
Swim with the dolphins?
Take a shower is the next one. And kiss a girl.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Right, Carl, you know the drill. If people want to go and see a band tonight, what band should they see?
I wouldn't bother. There's nothing going on.
Right.
Just stay in. Yeah.
Brilliant bit of listening information. If you do want to go out, maybe a film, if you haven't seen it, go and see The Bourne Supremacy. It's absolutely brilliant. Everything Bond should be. Not a big fan of Bond, but this is superb. I can see you're veering towards staying in, Carl. What will you be watching on telly tonight?
Well, Jonathan Ross is on tonight, BBC One. It's got Ian Brown and Noel Gallagher in.
Gallagher, always value for money. Something for you, your favourite on Channel 5, Cosmetic Surgery.
What's that about?
Oh, maybe you won't like it. Designer Vaginas. Insight into the issue of genital enhancement. I mean, what... Who goes along to have that sorted out? What experience have they had of people telling them, oh, June, you've got to get that minge sorted out, it's rubbish?
Surely you'd have work done on your face before you worry about what's going on down there.
Well, no, their face is probably all right.
Well, what's up with the minge?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
What, the minge?
No, the programme. I haven't... Watch it tonight. Channel 5, 11 o'clock. Minges.
Right. It's all in the guide on Saturday.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Carl Pilkington.
All right.
What's going on, Carl?
Well, if you've got to see a bit of music tonight in town, Gary Newman, he's playing the Shepherd's Bush Empire. You want to see that?
Good. Not strictly an XFM sort of type band, but he's influenced a lot of people. Yeah. Were you a Newmanoid?
What?
If you want to go to the theatre, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in town, starring Christian Slater and my mate Mackenzie Cook. That's like the Guildford Theatre. Knowing you, Carl, you'll be staying in and watching telly tonight.
Something good tonight, Channel 4, 8:05. Tony Robinson presents Worst Jobs in History, right? One of them being about a fella whose job it was to wipe the ass of Henry VIII.
Right.
How bad is that? I mean, is anyone that busy that you haven't got time?
I don't know.
And how does it... Does someone have to go for a job interview to get that job?
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Sunday. What should we do today? What can we do today?
Seeing a film, innit?
Is that what to do on Sundays?
There's a film on Sunday.
Go on then, what film?
Super Size Me, that's out this weekend.
It's about that bloke who ate nothing but fast food for a month, innit? And put on a lot of weight. There's a surprise.
Yeah, that's the one. Screen International said Spurlock did to fast food what Michael Moore did to the NRA. Observer said funny, wise, shocking.
Rick Wallace said, are you going to leave that?
Channel 5 tonight at 8, Truth About the Killer Squid.
Right.
Who's been lying about it?
Well, maybe it's the squid's got a dark secret, and now he's coming out. Maybe he was born an octopus.
Well, it's all in the guide on Saturday.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday.
Doctor, yeah, just come for me check-up.
Okay then, pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Oh,
and,
I've got to take my pants off.
Well, because I have to pop my finger up your
What, me what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a
happy with
feel.
this. Just
Don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Carl, if they're going out tonight, what should they go and see?
Well, if they want some music, Paul Weller plays a charity gig on the roof of Virgin Megastore on Oxford Street tonight from 6. So they can go and see that. When they've had enough there, wander down the street a bit, right? Razorlight are at HMV on Oxford Street from 8:30, so...
Convenient.
Good little night.
But you'll be staying in, that's for sure. What's on telly? What's caught your eye?
Well, you know that I like to learn stuff and that.
Yeah, you're nearly a scholar.
Channel 4, 9 o'clock, King Arthur's Britain.
Right. When you say you want to learn stuff, you're going to be disappointed with this programme. King Arthur is not the person you think he is. There's not really ladies in lakes handing out swords willy-nilly. And as for the wizard,
He wasn't a wizard, was he?
He wasn't a wizard, was he? A wonderful wizard he was. He wasn't a wizard, no. Merlin. Actually, you know nothing. I thought you'd know about the Lady in the Lake, and you don't know anything about him. What do you think? What do you know about King Arthur?
I know he's on Channel 4 tonight, 9 o'clock.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday.
XFM's Ricky Gervais talks to Bono.
I'm Ricky Gervais and I'm talking to Bono off U2.
Hello there, thanks for inviting me.
All right, Bono, sorry, I don't know your surname.
I haven't got one.
Do you like XFM?
I bloody love it.
Is it because we play R.E.M., Eminem, Radiohead and Dr. Dre?
It is, and also, of course, you play some of my songs, U2 lead singer of. I've heard in the past on the station you've played Pride in the Name of Love. Pride in the Name of Love. Before you break my heart.
I love that one.
And I imagine Christmas time you'll probably be playing All Is Quiet on New Year's Day.
Oh, of course it is. All the shops are shut, there's no buses running.
That's what I wrote it about, Rick.
Thanks very much. Bono, I don't know your
I
surname.
haven't got one.
Ricky Gervais, this Saturday from 1.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant. Just, you know, say that.
XFM's London.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Carl Pilkington.
All right.
All right, yeah, what are you doing?
Just looking what's going on tonight.
Right, what is going on tonight?
Well, there's a charity gig going on. It's called Make Trade Fair Live, right? Razor Light's playing live. And it was like a big secret and that, but everyone knows now R.E.M. are playing there.
And that's on at the,
On the Smith Apollo.
got another secret about that.
Go on.
I'm on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the bill. Doing a bit. Doing my bit. The true philanthropist that I am. But you'll be staying in, as usual, Carl. What's on telly?
BBC 2, 9 o'clock. It's called Wanting a Deaf Baby.
All right.
Who'd want that?
Well, what's it about?
It's part of a new series of, like, unusual family stories and that. Maybe I can get me Auntie Nora on that.
Which one was she?
She's the one who broke wind for 5 minutes.
You can't fart for 5
Well,
minutes.
she did. She was on a lot of tablets and that.
Well, you can't. She was... I don't know. She's talking out of her arse.
Anyway, it's all in the guide on Saturday. Not the stuff about Auntie Nora, but the other stuff.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday.
Now, well, somebody's on the line to speak to us. It's this guy, Ricky Gervais. He's already been on the radio this morning on Jonathan Ross.
You're so angry, aren't you?
What? Just because he won the BAFTA and you didn't? I'm angry for you.
I know.
You
I'm
dummy.
angry for me.
I'm angry for me.
Let's get this guy on.
Get this guy on the air. Hello, Ricky.
It's not about awards.
You always say that. People always say that win awards.
I've always thought of, like, particularly Nick, as a winner.
Shut up!
Carl, I've told Carl we're all winners before. It's not. It's the turning up. It's just the being there that counts. It's the hanging around and then not winning.
Yeah, that's fun. I got munted on red wine and then punched Alan Titchmarsh. It was a terrible night.
I bought a 10-minute suit for the BAFTAs, didn't I?
Yeah, it
Bought
dissolved.
a suit, 300 quid. It was only on for 10 minutes.
You look great. You both look great at the BAFTAs.
Thanks, buddy.
And
The
you.
Oscars next, isn't it? It's the Oscars next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're making a film. Touch wood. What are you doing?
I'm not, but the Oscars did give me a call and said, "We'll just put anything in."
No, Oscar gave you a call.
Yeah.
Edgar
yeah.
Wright's brother.
I'm actually I'm called in for the brisket competition. How do I win a brisket?
You're going to have to stay on the line and find out about that, RG.
Is it a real brisket? It's not just some sort of reconstituted sort of spam fritter.
No, it's not.
No way.
It's not faux brisket.
It's okay.
We don't deal in faux meats here.
Didn't
Okay.
we came up with an idea
Go
for a faux meat?
Yes, we
called
did.
Son of Spam.
No, there was one called Faken,
Faken, which is like
Faken's
fake bacon.
and
That's very good.
what was the other one? Bork.
Yeah. It's like an amino enriched sliceable meat
Product.
lump.
It's like a protein gel that you slice. It's called Bork.
Last time I met your friend Nick Frost, we were in a doctor's waiting room. I was going for a nasty chaffing at the back of the legs,
Yeah.
and he was there with testicular mice.
Running about inside the sack, as the French say.
Yeah, and
His bag.
the doctors came in. They said I'm not really a vet, and they got some vets in and people and some students. There was loads of students just watching it, and it was the weirdest I've ever seen.
Do you know how they got him out in the end?
Go on.
Cheese strings.
Yeah, we'll talk to Carl about that because I told Carl that my friend Robin Ince, when he had worms, the doctor told his mother to hold little bits of cheese and bacon near his anus
Yeah.
to bring the worms out. Carl believed it, and the reason he believed it, he reckons there's a worm in South America.
Yeah.
That it gets into your skin somehow, I don't know, via osmosis or something.
Don't
To
say
get it out,
osmosis.
they wrap bacon round your head, and I said, what do you mean? He went, it's the thinnest part of your body. I went, how can the head, how can the brain case be the thinnest part of your body? He went, well it is, and they come up there, I go, so the worm is in the stomach or the foot, and it smells the bacon, and he went, everyone likes the smell of bacon.
It's a smelly meat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to refer to my head as a brain case from now on, because I think that's really nice.
Yeah, it was a bit weird,
The
wasn't it?
top of the head is as thin as bacon foil.
True. I've heard, though, that's a story. It was, when I was at school in maths, Susan Hall told me that there was a man who had a tapeworm.
Well, she's a liar, anyway.
Listen, don't knock Sue. And he put a pie in front of him. and
a snake fell out
and
of
then
her
opened his mouth and a snake fell out of his gob.
Oh, no.
And then ate the pie, and then went back in, and then he woke up and a load of spiders came out of his face, and they were banging his head on the roof of the car.
That is, no, that is actually true, right? And if the phone didn't ring at 4, then he's lost his money. And as he jumped off the roof, as he went past the window, his phone was ringing. His mum came in, and he'd been wanking, and she gave and it was a giant water rat.
Look,
that is all true.
I'm a fan of these urban myths.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something that was in the paper. I don't know if it's an urban myth or a true one. No,
Go on,
listen,
say it.
right, this
Right,
listen.
I'm there now.
No.
Come on, Carl. Don't let me down. You're allowed to talk. I'm here. Go on, Carl.
Right.
Do it. Do your stuff.
No,
Tell us this one.
right, this woman, she wanted to get a nice tan before she went on holiday.
Yeah, did you do it?
Right.
Go on.
Yeah.
So
there was a lobster.
no, right. So she went to, like a suntan shop
Yeah.
Yeah.
and said,
Can I have a suntan, please?
I wanna like get brown for my holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Keep talking.
so the woman said, well, yeah, that's alright.
Finish up.
Yeah.
But you can only do 30 minutes when you're going on holiday. And she said, well, I'm going tomorrow, I want to get a nice tan. So she said,
Sure.
no, the rule is, you can only do 30 minutes.
This
So
isn't
she
the
thought-
one where they put her on a Breville toaster.
No, right? So
That's a good one.
So she has her 30 minutes in that one.
Go on.
Yeah.
Then she goes to, like, Tanzaros or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
next
That's another one.
And
Down
she
in the
goes,
tan district.
She goes there and has 30 minutes. Goes to the next one, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's on holiday.
Yeah.
Right? And she's got a nice tan.
Uh-huh.
But she thinks, God, I'm starting to stink a bit.
Yeah.
Right? So she gets back off holiday and she goes to the doctors and says, look, went on holiday, body's starting
Sorry,
to smell.
you don't go to the doctor because you stink.
No,
You
but she
do.
couldn't work it out. She like had a bath and stuff, and, and
Right.
she still stunk, and
Yeah.
she couldn't work it out. Right? So he says, "Well, tell me what you've been doing. What
This is an urban novel.
what's
Gervais loved it. He loved that
There
one.
you go. Look, on it, Simon, look, 2 hours is a lot to fill with dribble. Let Carl talk as long as you want, and then play Radiohead. And I'll tell you what, it flies by.
So anyway,
Go on, let him
so
finish.
the doctor says, "Well, tell me what you've been up to." And she said, "Well, what I did was before I went on holiday, I did like about 9 hours on sunbeds."
Right?
And he said, "Oh God."
That's brilliant. Do that bit again. He said, oh, God.
Yeah.
So anyway, it only turned out that the smell was her insides rotting because she
You're a maniac! You're a maniac! Lock yourself up. Turn yourself in.
We're putting him away.
You know when a doctor turns to you and says, oh, God, it's bad.
Yeah, hang on. Oh,
You know,
It was their insides rotting.
but
What, because they
I
cooked?
like the fact that the doctor examined her, said, thought her insides are rotting, then said, what have you been doing? Like a little cryptic, like a teacher go, I mean, you're Carl. Oh, that's amazing.
That was good, though. Come on.
Your insides rotting.
Her insides are
Have
rotting.
you told her about your auntie? What's your auntie's name? Was farted for 5 minutes and went to the doctor.
aren't we
You're
saving
allowed
that?
to tell that one. You're allowed to tell that one. Well, I better go now, hadn't I? Because
Right.
it's there.
Did you meet, just one more thing, did you meet Bowie?
Yeah.
How is he?
Yeah, he's very nice. And
Did he say, hello, Rick?
He went, he said, hello, Ricky. I love the office. I went, don't go on about it, for Christ's sake, David. No.
Get lost.
I could listen or not listen to Ricky Gervais's voice.
All day long.
Shut up.
Bye, mate.
Play me a record.
Up yours.
It's Coldplay.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Carl Pilkington.
Alright.
Alright? What's going on tonight, Carl?
Well, if you want a bit of live music, PJ Harvey's at the Carlin Apollo Hammersmith tonight, so that's alright.
Ross Noble still on at the Apollo Theatre. He's great. He makes it all up as he goes along, not like us. Brilliantly scripted stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, over on the National Geographic Channel, 8 o'clock, brilliant programme. It's called Cleverest Ape in the World.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what it's about is this ape, right, that's working with a scientist, and they do some maths tests together and that, and the ape manages to sort of outdo the scientist.
Don't talk rubbish.
That's what's happening
Well, it doesn't.
tonight.
It can't outdo a scientist on a maths test, can it?
Well, it does.
It could outdo it on swinging, but
Did you see that programme about swinging?
What?
It was on last week, this. All these old people, right, swapping partners and that. Except this old bloke, I don't know what he was doing there, he was about 79, 80, right? No one wanted to swing with him. Stood at the back watching.
the only thing swinging around him with his old saggy bollocks.
Yeah.
And why are we talking about a programme that was on a week ago?
Well, if you want to know what's on tonight, look in the guide.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday. The Ricky Gervais Show.
With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And Carl Pilkington.
And he had his arm taken off and stuck on his twin, so his twin's got like 3 arms.
No, it's not true.
Yes, I would be upset if I had to lose my knob, but you say you wouldn't have a problem with that.
I'm
You'd
just
be happy,
saying,
would
out
you?
of everything, you know, unless you're wearing trunks and that, no one's gonna know.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
We're talking about clothing, and it reminded me of a conversation we had while I was in Rio. This was in one of my moments when I wasn't dying or being ill. And my friend Chris made a good point, because he had no hat and it was very, very hot over there. And there's lots of guys who go up and down the beaches selling stuff, and they were selling knocked off goods. You know how you can always get kind of fake versions of big
Designer labels.
Yeah. And we were saying that, as far as I'm aware, I don't want to name any big names, but apparently a lot of the big companies, they use cheap labour, don't they? Kind of.
I think a lot of them have been
in
accused
Taiwan or in
exactly,
China.
yeah, where it's sort of some of the really big sort of designer labels use a bit of labour that's sort of so cheap they sort of pay them a few pence a day.
Well, quite, and his point was that he bought a knocked off one, right? How much are the people getting paid that are doing the knocked off stuff? How shoddy is their work that they can't even get job doing the real things for a couple of pence a day?
Yeah.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
Well, I know you're a fan of these philosophical paradoxes, and we've been sent one from Dowdy. He's got in touch, and he says, are you aware of the barber paradox? Now, you as a philosophy student may be aware of it. He says it's a logical impossibility, supposedly devised by Bertrand Russell. So, Carl, imagine, and of course this wouldn't impact on you, but imagine a town that has only one barber, who's a man. Yeah. So there's a male barber in a town, he's the only person. If he shaves every man in the town, except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
What, his own head?
No, imagine he's not just doing hair. Imagine it's a normal shave. Not that it would matter. You could make it his own head. You could make it his bikini line if you wanted. That's not relevant. Okay?
If he shaves every man in the town except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
It's a paradox. It's sort of more linguistic. What they're saying is, if he shaves every man, right, except those that shave himself, if he does shave himself, okay, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he's shaving himself.
I reckon.
And if he doesn't, he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself. That it's just
chances. I guess. I mean, I haven't seen him, but I guess I'd say he's probably grown a beard. Because I always think that when you're in that sort of work, the last thing you want to do is sort of be doing that when you get home.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like hairdressers do the same thing. They have sort of rubbish hair rather than putting time and effort into their own. They're doing other people's.
Right. Let me explain. Right. The point is this. Right. If he shaves every man in that town except those that shave themselves. Right. Okay. Okay. Does he shave himself? The point being that if he shaves himself, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he shaved himself. If he doesn't shave himself, then he's not shaving every man in the town. That
he's probably not bothering, like I say. He's probably just, leave it. Why,
you know this is not a real man in a real town. You are aware of that, right?
I just think, if everyone's having a shave, open another barber's. There's business in it.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
You're an idiot. What about this, Carl? Talking about world records last week. This is more your level. The world record for passing wind is 3,000 times in a row
on Japanese television. Now, I'm assuming that was someone going for the record as opposed to a newsreader.
That'd have been an amazing bloopers clip.
Just go, and more news. So, what do you think of that? 3,000 times in a row.
How long did that go on for?
I don't know. But it was 3,000 times in a row. Now, that is better than your Auntie Nora, because I remember you telling us a story about your Auntie Nora that had a little bit of a wind problem, but there's one continuous.
Yeah, hers was about 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Now that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but I don't think she knew she was about to do it and it wasn't being televised.
But didn't she call your mum halfway through saying something?
She sort of called up and said, I'm a bit worried.
Why?
I was like, what's up? And she said, it's seeping out of me, eh? It was just like gas coming out.
It was more like a leak then, was it?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't talk about that. She said, I'm sure it'll be alright. And they carried on chatting. And then she went like, hang on a minute. It stopped. And that, I think that was the last time it went on for that amount of time. She said, if it happens again, go to the doctors, and they carry on chatting.
Why does it happen at all?
Because, what it was, she's one of them, like, old people who just have loads of tablets. And they said, some of the tablets she was on, that was one of the side effects.
Sure. Brussels sprout tablets.
Well, it is odd, because I just always thought, what was the illness that's a better side effect? Do you know what I mean? If she's happy, that happening for 5 minutes at a time, and it can happen at any point.
Yeah.
You know, she could be out and about.
She only took the tablets for bad breath.
Why would you put yourself through that? But
Did it ever happen to her again? I mean, because obviously being at home, that's ideal, but if she'd been at something more important, some kind of public function, a funeral.
But I think of her at home for 5 minutes, right, with her dress all bellowed out, just vacuuming like a little hovercraft.
Yeah, slightly off the floor.
Exactly, yeah.
I wonder if I can make it upstairs.
So, real monkey news. Should we kick off with real monkey news?
If you want.
It's a real fact, a fascinating fact about a monkey, and by monkey I mean chimpanzee, which is not a monkey. Let's get that straight.
In your monkey news, does the monkey operate any kind of machinery?
Absolutely
not.
not.
Does it drive any kind of vehicle?
No.
Does it save anyone from any kind of building?
This is scientific fact, okay? Mostly you mean chimpanzee when you say monkey. A chimpanzee is a great ape. Apes include chimpanzees, gorillas. And there's something here that puts it in common with humans. In fact, I think this is the only other animal that can do this. Okay, ready for it, Carl?
Yeah.
Oh, chimpanzee, that real monkey news. This isn't made up yet. Okay, right. Are you ready for this, Carl?
Yeah, go on.
A chimpanzee can recognise itself in a mirror.
Is that meant to be good?